Welcome back, awesome Astro fans and subscribers. Something very different from me today. This is by Kaiyodo and it says Revogeo or Revogeo maybe. And this is a animal toy. And it is a awesome looking big crab. Loads of information inside about the sculptor, the sculpting of the figures. Most of it is in Japanese, a small bit in English, and there's some parts about the crab itself in Japanese. There's a booklet underneath the crab I can see, and it says pull here. So I'm going to pull here and see what we have. Oh, that's nice. This is a real high quality piece of kit, a piece of toy. Underneath there is a appears to be like just a backing board maybe? Yeah, just a backing board, okay. We have the crab itself, which is attached by these little twisty wires, which I can't stand. The crab looks cool, and I reckon it's got a lot of potential for Boss Fight Studios with the mini kit bags with a sort of squid heads to make a little sort of monster for your seafaring mer people, sea people, whatever people. Okay, let's put that down there. This is sealed, not sure why it's sealed, it's just a booklet inside. Let's open this and have a look. Okay, and this was just, yeah, okay. So it shows the articulation in the arms and the pincers. Possibly in the eyes. And it's all in Japanese, which doesn't help me too much. More of those twisty, secure things here. Okay, he is free from his prison. He's nice. That paintwork is top notch. Let's look at articulation. So the legs. Have a look. Okay, so the legs, it look like, are not articulated. The eyes are, so the eyes I can pop in and I can pop out. The pincer arms are articulated. They do look rather menacing, it has to be said. Okay, claws are articulated. The thing is here is that they are perhaps, it looks like they're trying to follow nature too closely, and it does give some limitation to the articulation. Now this is quite heavy on the pincers. It looks pretty cool. Definitely can see some use for this in fantasy lines. So he can feed himself, he can put those out. I'm trying to work out the articulation on this one. Not the claw part here, the claw part behind. I'd like to open it up slightly more than it's allowing me to. When I got this, I thought it looked pretty cool, and I thought I can use this with my fantasy stuff. So I'm going to compare this with some fantasy stuff in a second, once I get this little bit of messy plastic tidied up a little bit. Okay, so since I'll be using it with fantasy, let me compare this with a Boss Fight Studios figure in about 5 seconds. So I've got one where just over there to my left. Okay, that's better. That scales well. It's a shame the arms don't really go straight enough for my liking. So the arm has a joint at the base here which goes up and down, and you can twist it around. And then there's a joint here, but this joint just seems to turn, not actually give much more movement than turning. Okay, now that's come out, I can have a better look. There is this joint can move, but why isn't it moving? I don't know. It can't just be a turn joint, because this joint goes more than one direction as well. And now I can't figure out which way it goes. Okay, that's going to be underneath. That means that's going to be on top. Okay. Scales quite well, but the articulation is really starting to frustrate me. It's not easy enough to move the way you want it to move, which is a pity, because it's a really delightful and not cheap looking toy or model. Now I'm going to be playing around this with some more to try and sort this out. But it's just this joint here. This should allow far more movement than it does, because that movement is just like hindering it. It's just like doing this, and it should have a straighten on there as well. The other thing is, this is definitely not one for playing with, because these legs will break quite easily. They're quite brittle plastic from what I can feel. If I pop this out again, pop that one out. See, this has, there, look, it has movement, but it's really hard to move it in there. There we go. That's better. It's nice, but it's just too fiddly to get the pose you want. So if I put that back in now, he's going to be pinching himself, and I want that to be more outwards. So that is not great. So, fantastic looking toy. Shame there's no articulation on the legs, and they're quite brittle. And the articulation on the actual claws is just very, very fiddly. It's to the point of being frustrating. You can't get the pose you want, even though you should be able to do it. They should have added some extra movement in the sculpt here, so that claws can open, or the arms can open slightly more for the pincers. The pincers itself are fantastic, very easy to do. But it's the arm part beneath that which is the really, really frustrating part. Lovely looking, just very, very frustrating to pose. Okay, this is Awesome Astro Toys signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back with some more Awesome Astro videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting, and please click on the notifications icon, the one shaped like a bell, to stay up to date with the latest videos and uploads, okay? Bye bye.